So we meet again. It seems like ever since I had email at work, it's been a love-hate thing. Even back to OPM, the mainframe IBM mainframe messaging system that Lincoln Life had. My inbox was never really caught up. Email managed me. Security alerts at all hours, vendor renewal notices, project updates, all staff HR memos, board packets, sales cold calls, 50 people who needed 5 minutes of my time, on and on. I remember checking one time when I was at Mutual Bank out of morbid curiosity. Several thousand unread messages and over 100 folders I meticulously created to file them in. Each one its own tiny little decision about where something belonged. I had no fast and easy way to tell which of those thousands of messages actually needed me right now. And I had no good way to really remember where I filed the ones I'd already seen in that multitude of overlapping folders. I always changed my process. Then I stopped chasing an empty inbox and panicking over every single item. I decided I needed to organize the way I wanted to work with email, not the way I filed it. So, welcome to ClickStart. I'm, of course, Gary, bringing you those short, practical ideas at the intersection of leadership, technology, and the cliches and sayings that connect them, yada, yada, yada. Today's topic, Inbox Zero, and why zero isn't actually the point. I almost built this episode around the saying, keep it simple, stupid. KISS. It sounded obvious for Inbox Zero, but it's not quite the right cliche for what I do, as I thought about it, because getting simple wasn't simple, it took work. The saying I ended up with that I feel fits better is a place for everything and everything in its place. That's the real secret to Inbox Zero. Not deleting your way to zero, planning, sorting, and automating your way there. Many people think Inbox Zero means an empty inbox achieved through willpower, checked constantly, agonized over daily. That's not a system. That's a burden with the scoreboard. The real version means every email lands somewhere it belongs. Something you'll act on, something you're waiting on, something you handed off, something to read and digest later, or something that's simply done. So here's how I've done mine, built over years of way too much email. I have a few additional folders that are automated so that a lot of the incoming mail rarely starts at my main inbox anymore. Like Dua Lipa, new rules, I got 'em. Da da dee da da da. Built on sender and keyword, quietly sorting things before I ever see them. Monitoring or alert items have a priority home. Newsletters, surveys, industry digests get a little lower one of their own. Anything that genuinely needs my administrative attention lands in a review required to do folder, kind of a sub to my regular one. Different priorities, different work tactics. Whether automated or manually, I simply make a decision to store an item out of my way until I'm ready for it. And if that means I can tackle it immediately and just open it once, so be it. Second, I don't just manage what comes in. I often manage what goes out. If I delegate something and now I'm waiting on someone else, or I've created a new task, or I've got a vendor question, I move that sent item into a delegated and forwarded folder. That one habit alone kills half the, wait, did I ever hear back on that panic? Third, and this is the part people skip, Filed isn't the same as forgotten. I've got a filed folder, a big one, for things I'm done with but might need again. It's not a junk drawer, but it's a searchable archive with a label on it. Once you attack an item in its working folder, you can slide it to your filed or delete folders from there. If I'm unsure, I usually save, but then my wife knows I'm a bit of a squirrel like that. Maybe another episode in the future. Anyhow, here's the part that disavows the KISS concept. Building and maintaining this takes real effort up front. Several rules, trial and error on which keywords catch the right mail or which senders without catching the wrong mail. Always updating as I learn more. That's not exactly simple, and it's never 100%. But once it's built, the daily experience is a KISS thing. My inbox tells me what needs my focus and how. Everything else waits quietly in its place until its turn. Simple on the far side of some deliberate setup. Simple doesn't mean easy to build. It means easy to live with. So first, spot your patterns. Look at what you do. Look at your last 100 emails. You'll see the same set of senders and subjects showing up again and again. Those may be your first rules. Those may change over time too. Think of your priorities. Second, give everything a place, not just a verdict. Don't ask keep or delete. Ask, what bucket does this belong in? To do, waiting, delegated, read later, or done. A few folders will cover almost everything. Third, don't forget the outbox. It's my follow-up folder. Half of what I do is following up. And half of staying on top of email is tracking on what you're waiting on, not just what's waiting on you. Inbox 0 is not about the number 0. It's never about wondering where something went. A place for everything and everything in its place so you can actually keep it simple. And it's so simple, it's stupid. Well, anyway, that's Click Start for today. I'd love to hear how you tame your inbox or your communications. Leave a comment, please. Hit like, follow, share, subscribe. All those things, help my podcast stay vibrant. And I'll see you next time on Click Start.